Hello there. Welcome to the Doucheless Vegan. We are your hosts, Michael Stewart Webb. He's so fancy. He has 3 names. Ooh, look at me. I've always been vegan. And me, a new vegan.
Carla Marie Collins. Oh, look at me. I'm so fancy. I
I've-
have 3 names.
I have 3 names. I don't use them all. I don't always use all 3 names, the CMC. My mom was Rosemary, all one name. Therefore, Carla Marie. Oh, come on. I mean, Catholic. Everybody is something Marie
I know.
or
It's
something
true.
Mary.
It's true.
So, yeah, it's real original that way. I mean, I'd love to be Carla Jordana, Roxana or something, but I'm not. Stuck with this. Anyway, thanks for joining us. We have had a hell of a week.
It has been a crazy week. We have so much to talk about today.
I know. And of course, we made a prison break because where we're broadcasting or podcasting, whatever the hell we're calling this, we are in Ontario, Canada, North America. And on Friday, things opened up a smidge, like a little crack.
I know.
Cracked a window.
Yes.
And everybody ran out like, bah!
It's true. The premier let us out of our cages for a while.
Mm-hmm. People were on patios. I got to do, we're going to talk about this obviously in depth, an outdoor comedic meditation.
Oh, my God.
We were
It
in
was
front
amazing.
of people for the first time, and honest to God, both of us had no idea what to do.
Wait, I was like a deer caught in the headlights. I'm like, what do we do? Am I allowed to look at you? Am I allowed to?
I stared at a woman's breasts inappropriately.
Yes, you did.
And I said, I'm sorry, I'm looking at your
Yes, you
titties.
did. It's true.
I said, I don't know what to do. I'm just going to offer everyone belly rubs because we've only been around animals. So I don't know.
Would you like a treat?
Exactly.
Walkies.
Do you have a kitty litter box I can go in? I know. So it was all safe, all outdoors. It's spectacular. But, we're getting warm weather. We were able to wander outside a bit. Obviously, things aren't fully reopened, but hell of a difference, yo.
Oh my God, what a huge difference it's made to our psyches and the psyches of everyone else who's been cooped up for the last 2 freaking years during this apocalypse.
I know. The never-ending apocalypse. Who knew the apocalypse would be like tantric sex? Like, I thought just aliens came down, boom, it's done in 24 hours. Will Smith saves us. No, this one is just like, all right, it's lasting longer than one of my marriages. And that's saying something. Because, for me, husbands are like mattresses. Every 8 years, you have to get a new one. Or at least flip them over. I rediscovered that joke, and I keep working it like an old whore.
Oh, God.
So, yeah, we have so much to get to, notwithstanding some fantastic vegan foods.
Oh.
Holy crap on a
Yeah.
cracker. Were you ever a hero this week with that?
Oh my God, yeah, I had the best time. And I don't know if do you want to get to that now?
Let's start with foods because, I'll start talking and you'll hear about our shenanigans and then it'll be like, oh, yeah, we also found some great cheese.
Let's just kind of wedge some vegan shit into our
I know,
vegan podcast.
Our vegan podcast. Again, we don't take this stuff so seriously. We want to entertain you.
God.
But this should get top billing, though.
Oh,
'Cause
my,
when you find something
abso-freaking-lutely.
like
Yeah.
this. Okay, before we start, I want to say one thing.
Yes, ma'am.
So on June 11th was my mom's birthday, which you didn't know until I came down in the morning. And I'm like, listen, I probably might be in tears. I don't know, whatever. It's my mom's birthday. And the reason that was cool is because last week we spoke about my fabulous interview that is out now on What She Said Talk.
Yes, with Ann Brody.
With Ann Brody. And Ann and I both were very close to our mothers, both lost our mothers in recent years. And she emailed me after our interview because I said, I think our moms are having drinks together because I know my mom's having drinks and I just assume it's with different people. Although, she if it's just her and Jesus, she's cool with that too.
Yes,
she's like, you know what? More water into wine. Chop, chop. We're out and it's heaven.
That's too funny.
So Anne said that she had this bedside alarm clock or clock, this bedside old-timey clock that has never worked. It was her mother's. It's sentimental, but she hadn't made the trip down to Burke's or wherever to get it fixed. And after we spoke, it started working for the first time.
Yeah, you'd mentioned that. That's kind of otherworldly.
I know.
Right?
So I was like, oh my goodness, that's amazing. There are no coincidences. That's a message. There you go, your mom. Oh, sorry, that's Oreo. Who's got some sharp claws on my golden silky thighs? And then on Friday, which was Mom's birthday, I woke up to that's the day the interview was released. So I just thought that was kind of a
Which
nice
is
synergy,
also kind of
right?
an uncanny coincidence.
So I just sort of came downstairs. Michael's always up before me, and I have no shame in that. And said, oh, And you were like, oh, it's your mom's birthday. My goodness. And I said, yeah, whatever. So Michael, of course, being some superhuman alien robot,
stop.
you came home after working all day with a cake that said, oh, I'm going to cry. Happy birthday, Rose. Because I'm like, what's this? And Veuve Clicquot, which is important to the story because it's vegan.
Yes.
And we started a new tradition where we celebrated Mom's birthday. We poured her a glass. I finished that glass because I was
As you
like,
should.
if this doesn't make that bitch show up, I don't know what will. 'Cause she loved Veuve. She loved sweets. She had a sweet tooth. So it was you're such a magnificent human.
Oh my gosh!
So
Stop!
now
No,
instead of
I'm
spending
gonna
the
cry.
whole day in the fetal position, rocking back and forth in the dark crying, I spent it celebrating Mom.
Yeah,
And
that's
I like
exactly
that
what we
tradition.
should do. It's my philosophy has always been, and it's when we lose people in the physical realm. I mean, sure, it's tough, but the reality is they're just in another room. We just can't see them, but they're still there. We feel them. We feel their presence, and these are great opportunities to acknowledge the impact that our loved ones have had in our lives and acknowledge them and celebrate them. And
Exactly. Oh, it was beautiful. And, it was so funny because I said, Michael, every time I think I'm like a conduit, like it's not going to happen for me. I've forever been waiting for a sign from my mom, but every time I speak with someone, they're like, Carla, the next day the lights went on and off and spelled out my name in Morse code or something. Or, Anne Brody with the with the clock, and you're like, bitch, I'm better than a clock. I'm your side from your mother, and I'm like, he is.
Oh,
So
gosh,
again, 'cause
that's
sometimes we're
right.
looking so hard too, we do miss the signs.
For
right? We're holding
sure.
on so tight.
Absolutely. It's the whole forest in the trees thing, right? Sometimes we're just looking too hard and it's right there in front of us.
We are. And the night before or 2 nights before, you also came home. It's nothing but treats. There's a reason why he's not my gay boyfriend. He's my gay fiance. Because
right.
A, he's a baller, B, a magnificent human being, and C, he treats me like the lady I'm not. And
I treat you like the lady I am.
he treats me like the lady he is. So, you brought home these magnificent cheeses from a local spot. You brought home all kinds of goodies. So you take it from here because
All right.
we also had a cheese off.
We did. Oh my God. Well, 2 days in a row. 2 days in a row. What the fuck is that?
I don't know. Rose, see, that's my mom's name. 2 days in a row. Are you drunk?
Yes, possibly.
Sometimes we just pour it over the cornflakes. It's still vegan. As long as it's Veuve, a vegan wine.
Oh, exactly. It's not real booze.
Yeah, it doesn't count.
It's like, well, Veuve to the French is just like sparkling water, right?
Well, exactly.
But yeah, I had
They're giving it to their children. Breastfeed
as
with it.
they should.
Yes.
Yeah, so I knew of this this cheese manufacturer, and we actually talked about them on previous episodes. The fromagerie in Meaford, Ontario, and I had sampled their wares before, but you had not had the opportunity to do so. So I had taken myself off on a little road trip because I needed, just sort of remove myself from the chaos that is my life. And
Yeah, you're writing music. He's too humble. You're writing some music, so you need some inspiration away from the children and I. It's too hectic here. What with my nonstop shenanigans
No
and dogs,
offense.
cats, squirrels, whatever. Like, there's just a lot of, it's sometimes tough to focus
there's
here.
that's exactly true. Yes, vis-a-vis this
Because of
cat
my
that's
pussy.
hopped into the four-legged variety.
I think they know that.
Oh my God! I just want to be perfectly clear.
I don't think they think that my
I'm-
pussy is in any way distracting for you.
I'm still very much gay,
I know, despite my best. I'm breaking him down.
like
but
full
still.
on like gold standard gay.
Exactly. So that's important to the story. How we identify.
Oh my God!
So, and I'm still gender druid as a born again Wiccan. But so you went out for to just get away and get some inspiration.
Yeah, I needed to kind of remove myself from distraction, and we had talked about this in the last episode. I'm doing some writing with Graham for the upcoming album, and I just needed to get away. So anyway, long story short, I went for a drive around Georgian Bay. Found a nice little place to park and pull over without people, and I just ended up having to be in Meaford. And of course, that's home of the fromagerie, this vegan cheese manufacturer. So I hopped in there and had a lovely dialogue with the people who I don't think they're the owners, but I'm pretty sure they're running it.
Okay.
Picked up some samples for us and a baguette on the way home, and we chowed down for like 2 solid days on these phenomenal cheeses. So
Insanely filling for a happy hour.
hugely filling, but they're so phenomenally delicious, right? So I had brought home 4 different varieties, and they're working on other formulations as we speak. So there's like a feta that they're working on that they haven't quite perfected the recipe for, but they're all nut based, so they're cashew based.
So a little more calories, kids, but very filling.
And that's okay because they're the right kind of calories, right? And
Good
they've for sure, and they've got I want to say brewer's yeast, but that's not correct. Nutritional yeast. Nutritional yeast.
So you're getting your B12s, your protein,
exactly. So
and
they're packed with all kinds of nutrition. So I picked up, I don't know if you guys can see this, one of their aged products.
Not if they're just listening to us, but wouldn't that be something?
I know, right?
But if you're watching on YouTube,
if you're watching the YouTube version, so I picked up their Camembert, which is their fermented cheese.
Probably my favorite.
Oh yeah, it's delish. I picked up their Boca, which is also a new product for them.
And I think that was our second favorite.
Yes. And then there is a Swiss cheese. So I picked
nothing like Swiss cheese.
No, it's still tasty, but you're right.
Yummy,
it's like
but
nothing
don't
like
be
Swiss
fooled.
cheese. Yes. And chef, it was and I quite like the chef too.
Their version, the vegan version of goat's cheese.
Yes. So all super delicious. I think you and I concur that our favorite is probably the Camembert.
Oh,
they do have a blue cheese. I'm not a lover of blue cheese. I know you are. So next time I go up there, I'll pick up blue cheese.
But we also we combined it with some
compotes
you had, like date and onion or cinnamon and fig. It was delicious.
Yeah, all of which were obtained from Collingwood Olive Oil Company. This beautiful little boutique olive oil place in Collingwood, Ontario. And hands down, our favorite compote was the fig and caramelized onion.
Yeah,
which was
was crazy.
You just want to stick that all over yourself, right?
I really did. I wanted to put my dick in it. And you also picked up 2 other products really worth mentioning. One was just crushed jalapenos. I don't know. I put it on everything since then.
So I did pick up a bunch of other stuff, at the fromagerie boutique, aside from their own product line. So I picked up some preserved lemons. And
those are good too.
Oh my God. We're going to make a salad dressing with those.
Yes.
They were, I brought them home and we kind of carved off a little piece and we tried them and they were super delish. Really tangy, refreshing. I think they'd be great in a salad dressing. So we're going to formulate a salad dressing to use those in.
Mm-hmm.
And I also picked up this jalapeno preserve. And, everyone who knows us knows that we have ceramic mouths and digestive tracts. So we love spicy foods. And so this jalapeno compote
It looks like relish.
Yeah.
And I've been using it like it is.
So freaking good.
Yeah, it was ridiculous. But I think maybe the most important item for those of you who are strict vegans.
Yes.
Because I still have Manuka honey.
Mm-hmm.
But if you want to be the full vegan or you're looking for something that, isn't.
Yeah, if you want to be hardcore.
If you want to be hardcore, I really recommend, I've been having it every morning with my warm water, cayenne pepper, apple cider vinegar, and lemon, and it's Bumble Bloom.
It's Bumble Bloom, yeah. So it's a honey replacement. It's made with apples. If I'm not mistaken, this company is in Montreal. But
Montreal.
Go
Habs, by the way.
So it's 100% vegan and it's certified organic. I have to bring this in closer. I can't see anything. Age. It's not kind. So yeah, certified organic. It's vegan, comes from Montreal, and it's available at the fromagerie boutique.
Fromagerie.
Yes. So and they have a really cool spelling for their name too, like fro isn't fake, right?
Yeah, that's fromagerie, like R-O-U-X.
Yeah.
Faux in French, as you know, faux fur.
Yeah.
It's certainly been anglicized, for fake. Yeah, I love it. And so that was just, I tell you, you won't be missing anything if you have those.
No.
Because on the other side of the spectrum, we tried some other cheeses.
We did, but before we move on to that, I just also want to remind everyone that these guys also have a phenomenal Parmesan. And I did pick up some more of their cashew-based Parmesan.
Yes, which we love. And we've been having that since I moved here.
it's redonkulous. And we have talked about, the Good Earth Parmesan, but, the fromagerie Parmesan is really, it's quite spectacular.
Well, because where they really win and where they've nailed it is the texture, which is very difficult, I get. And as I said, where the other cheeses we tried.
Yeah, so that's a great segue. So I had also purchased online some other vegan cheeses for us to sample, which arrived around the same time as I acquired these products from the fromagerie. So veg cheese, also from Ontario. They're soy based.
Half the calories.
They are half the calories. They're also half the flavor, and the texture is.
Well, they didn't do too badly on flavor, but the texture is just put us off.
I know,
We didn't end up really having much.
And sadly, I'm gonna if I can't find some way to incorporate these into something else, like maybe if they melt,
like compost.
Well, that too. Well, that's where they're headed if I can't do anything with these. So if I can, figure out some way of maybe incorporating these into like a cheese sauce, and we'll do like a mac and cheese or something.
Yeah, maybe that.
And maybe zhuzh it up a little bit.
Yeah.
But so we've been having the true test for a cheese is just some straight up baguette and some cheese, right?
Yeah, of course. 'Cause nothing,
So that's how we've been
raw.
having them. Yeah. So that's how we've been sampling these cheeses. And if I can't zhuzh these things up, like I just don't, they're going to end up in compost, sadly.
They were not good.
They were not great.
It was just the weird texture.
Yeah,
It was like
they
that
were not
gelatin,
great. It was gelatinous.
Gelatinous, like, when you take a Spam or something and it comes out of the can, it makes it
well, yeah, and
noise.
They kind of reminded me a little bit of panna cotta, to be honest with you. And I can't stand that texture either. I mean, that whole gelatin in general, the concept of gelatin grosses the F out of me.
Yes.
The thought
Rightly
of
so.
ground up hair and bones just grosses me out.
For some reason. He's just delicate that way. Whereas the rest of us are like, go on.
Yes.
But yeah, it was, so, and texture is really important.
Of course.
Life is short. I don't,
well, do you know, I'm
yowza.
My apologies if I'm oversharing, like texture. Like,
oh dear.
It makes me want to, well, you mean if I'm total texture, right? And if the texture is wrong, I am on the verge of throwing up. And there have been times.
That's what it says on his Grindr profile.
It's true. If your texture is wrong, I'm going to throw up.
Oh my God.
So
can't recommend that. So
no, and it's a shame.
Don't waste your money. We're always pulling for all these products, but
and it's a shame too because you were looking. I'm not a huge truffle fan either, but they had an Italian truffle cheese as well, and you were looking forward to trying that, but the texture was just muy horrible.
I know. I jumped right in, and honestly, there was some great flavor to it, but I just couldn't get past
the texture.
Yeah,
that panna cotta texture. Like it's not cheese should not jiggle like Jell-O.
No. I know I was going to say like thighs during a pandemic or whatever. Like, it was hard to get past it. It was hard to get past it. So
it was. So
can't recommend that. Valiant effort. Again, though, if you want to try it and maybe you don't care about texture, it did have half the calories. It was a great compare and contrast. It is soy based, not nut based. So there you have it.
Yeah. So we've weighed in. As always with us, be your own judge. But I would maybe recommend spending your money elsewhere if I don't mean to say draw the quality of the veg cheese into question, but if you're somebody like us for whom texture and flavor are really important, then you kind of I think would maybe want to suss out some alternatives to this fake
Especially
cheese
because we
stuff.
found so many great, not as you said, the fromagerie has great ones. Veal Life has great cheeses. So why waste
They're
it?
exactly.
That's why
they're
we're here,
alternatives.
kids. We're taking the bullets for you.
Exactly.
That's why I've got this very,
You're
very
welcome.
large lid. We both do. We both have a lot of hair that can take bullets safely. So that's what we're doing, is to try it out.
Oh no, well, your hair is spectacular. Mine is getting on my last nerve. I'm ready to turn tricks to get a haircut. So
The thing is, it looks great. You're always so worried about it, but people would kill for that Buster Poindexter. I mean, it is. I do think you're about to break into feeling hot, because you've got the, what was it called, the ducktail or something?
oh yeah, I don't know what the hell
You
is
had some
going on.
product going on yesterday. I'm like, that is a great nest.
Do you know how much shit I put in that?
Again, you know what? A lot of guys would kill for your problem, honey. So no one.
I
think
know.
it may be falling on deaf, bald ears.
Oh, probably. I just want to trim. So and
I
again,
know.
I'm
Hopefully soon.
I
Soon.
swear to God, I'm like an eighth of an inch away from turning a trick just to get a haircut.
Well, sweetheart, as I said to the women I was talking in front of, I know that most women in this province would do unspeakable things right now for a pedicure.
Right?
Like just, oh my God, let's get this happening. Because I love how, by the way, weddings are allowed at 15%, but who's going with shitty hair and nails? Like
Exactly.
they can't get
Come
a dress.
on. I know. It doesn't make any sense.
It's like this some ugly ass weddings. Like the bride doesn't have to worry. No one's gonna
Makes no sense
who's
whatsoever.
gonna outshine the bride? Because City Hall. But
Well, she at this rate she could show up in sweatpants and not be
I know,
upstaged.
and she might want to.
So.
Honestly, Saturday marked the first gig where I was wearing bottoms.
Oh my God! Well, you know what? Let's talk about the gig on the weekend. So we had a phenomenal weekend. You had
Really,
for
like
the
one of the best ever.
yeah. So for the first time since this pandemic started, well, first time since December of this year, last
early
year.
December, we did, thanks to you and wonderful local berry business sponsors, we did do a tiny in person
Yep.
comedic meditation at the Heights
Yep.
near of Horseshoe. And we maybe had 10 to 15 people, maybe more. Maybe
Yeah,
more.
I think we're maybe pushing. It was a huge venue, so
Yeah, you
people
could,
don't
like,
lose your minds.
Safely land an airplane there, and obviously
Yeah.
we were all safe.
Everyone was
Stage
socially
was
distant.
100 miles away,
Yeah.
and we were live streaming it.
Yes, I think we had about 20.
yeah, maybe
25 guests. In
Okay,
total.
yeah. And so that was the last time we've been out, really.
Yes.
And that last time I've been able to perform in front of, any kind of crowd. Who knew that I'd be like, gosh, I hope I can get in front of 10 people.
Oh, I know.
Because it's only been poor Michael and the animals. And my first time doing a gig without a ring light or wearing shoes.
It was great. So
And
you
we didn't really know, because I know this was someone who contacted me from Facebook.
Yes.
So we're just FB friends, right?
Yeah.
So I didn't know a lot about it except for it was her birthday. It was all women, as it turns out.
yeah, it was
My joke was, instead of a sausage fest, it's Taco
it's
Tuesday.
Taco Tuesday
And then, we headed out to,
to Rouge Valley. And so this phenomenal event for Megan Hawley's birthday.
yes.
Let's give her a shout out. Happy birthday, Megan.
Such a great lady.
Oh
I love her.
my
that
God.
beautiful little kook.
I think she was born the wrong decade. She is like
Sexy hippie.
filled with beans. She's a total hippie. She's funny as get out. She's smart. Like just an incredible human being. So her party was hosted by none other than Canadian music icon Derek Giles, and we had no idea.
No.
So Derek Giles of Images in Vogue fame.
And platinum.
He worked with Platinum Blonde. He's
Blonde.
toured with Duran Duran. Like, total 80s rock
I know.
star.
I was like, you look familiar to me.
And the light bulb didn't. I know.
His home,
the light bulb
which
didn't
was
go on
This
until.
wackadoo, weird but fabulous
I know.
giant home.
I know. It was like a
right out of Hollywood.
1960s Hollywood bungalow,
Yeah.
right? Filled with all kinds of theme rooms. But the light bulb didn't go off until we were in one room, and he's like, "Oh, there's my my gold
Yeah.
record."
Here's a gold record. Oh, yeah, we all have one of those.
So modest and the sweetest guy, and his
Oh.
wife Melanie was phenomenal. She worked her fingers to the bone, getting all of the, catering organized, and
Yes, and she's an artist herself.
yeah, fantastic artist.
And
She can also make a sangria like nobody's
I'd
business.
like to know what was in that because you and I only had one, and I was
Quaaludes.
hammered.
Oh my God.
But yeah, I know there was sometimes under the sun because even when we got home, I'm like, I don't think I can have a drink. And I said, what the?
We did
We
anyway.
had one drink though, and you said, yeah, I think those sangrias were really potent. I'm like, obviously.
Yeah.
Like,
Delicious.
I had 1.5 of those, and
Yeah.
I saw Elvis.
Absolutely delicious.
I saw other 80s bands who weren't on the premises. But
like Belinda Carlisle.
Exactly.
The Go-Go's.
Well, the other thing is I just thought I knew it'd be outdoors and social, and boy, the timing worked because otherwise it would have been not canceled, right?
Yeah.
We were just
Yeah.
It was amazing that this worked out. Or I just would have done it virtually, right?
Stage with full PA and like in his backyard.
It is because they use it for it's a venue that they rent out, right? For weddings. So yeah, there's a mic, there's a beautiful stage. I had a green room.
Crazy.
And
these guys know how to do it.
And I have to tell you, I mean, first of all, it was like, I'm greeting everyone like it's family. Hi, I don't know you. You look beautiful. It's so great to see you. Maybe the most beautiful, lovely collection of women ever assembled. All, by the way, the other thing I really dug about this, and it was like, honestly, guys, like don't get your panties in a knot. There were literally maybe 12. I know we're allowed 10, and the backyard was the size of.
Yeah, so just
so
just to put this in perspective, this was a 6-acre property.
Yeah.
So it's not like we were in someone's postage stamp backyard in the middle of suburbia.
No, you never like it was social distancing. They had all of the, you had to fill out stuff, you had to get your sanitized hands on, and it was women of every age, every race,
every demographic,
every gender identity, which you can't get more perfect. And I was up there for like a good 45 minutes, and I was almost up there for a week because I'm like, if you're still laughing and clapping, I'm not leaving.
Yeah, it was such a great show.
Breathing human beings not far from me. So, and then like maybe my favorite comedic meditation of all time.
Well, in the reviews you've been getting since doing this,
I've been in tears since Saturday.
Well, and every single person who's kind of weighed in to share their experience with you has just had nothing but, effusive love for you and the comedic meditation was pivotal for them. There was, one woman who tragically lost her child very recently.
She lost her son just over a month ago or so.
Yeah, and her comment was that this is the first time in a month that she slept.
Yep, that does mean every time.
So you're doing wonderful things and you're making a difference in the world, and this is snowballing already, as we've seen. I mean,
yeah, which is it was it was great because it was back in February or March when Megan approached me.
Mm-hmm.
When she heard about it. And, and even some of the ladies who have messaged me, now we're all following each other on Insta and TikTok, yada, yada. A woman, Tyra, said, I'm going to be honest. When Megan said we're going to do comedy and meditation, I was like, what? And she said, so thank you for proving us all wrong. Because I get it, right? Yeah. It's new. And I'm sure people are like, what the hell is this?
For sure.
Fucking, I don't want to. And until they see that there's no woo or preciousness and, it was a beautiful setting. It was nice to do it outdoors. We, of course, had comedic meditation mats, which the host
we had some merch. Yeah, that was so nice of Megan, too.
And they were on blankets or under a tree. And
it was honestly, it was such a great day. I mean, there was a real sense of community. Everyone got something really profound out of it.
It was a nice icebreaker back into
reality.
Kind of quasi-social reality.
Sure.
Yeah, I think obviously, look, a lot of people had their own stuff going on, and I think people were just so happy to be out.
For sure.
That I probably had a very good and easy crowd.
But
I'll still take it. We were
absolutely.
Just
and it was just nice to be in the company of, and
I miss people. We always
absolutely.
joke, oh my goodness, we miss people.
Well, we do. And in recent history, in the last 18 months, you and I have had our share of DBs come and go. And this has
those aren't debutantes, those are douchebags.
Exactly. I feel like a millennial. I'm talking in acronyms now.
I know. Look at you being young. Can I get you a White Claw?
I'm all woke.
I know. And you know what? You still slap.
I have no idea.
That's good. It's a good thing.
Okay.
Like if you hear a song from I don't know, Martha Wash song, right? And just like, and you say, oh, this song still slaps.
Gotcha.
Thank you. I
All right, I'm committing this to
I have
my...
a couple of hookups who give me the latest terms. Like, I don't know.
Fantastic. I don't hang out with anyone that is I don't know, under...
Because you're making $1 million deals, hon. I'm at home doing, like, how can I improve my Bob Dylan impression of him doing Frankie Goes Hollywood? Like, this is how I spend my time as a comedian, writing weird things.
Geez.
I wrote a joke saying, I'm not promiscuous. Of course, I'm not anti-miscuous. That's how I'm spending my time. So, of course, you're not running into Gen Zs or Gen Zs when you're out selling $4 million homes.
No, that's true.
That's who I'm rolling with.
That's true. But yeah, so Saturday was really, really cool too, because, it was nice to be reminded that there's some phenomenal human beings on the planet.
Oh my goodness.
And these guys were, they're all ballers, right? They're
extraordinary people. And so this woman comes up to me I don't know if we should say that this lovely, gorgeous woman comes up at the end to say, I got to tell you, this was transformative. Like, she literally wrote, I don't think life-changing is hyperbole.
Oh, we're talking about Queenie. Yeah, let's talk about her, because I'm absolutely in love with her.
I know. We all are now.
Yeah,
so
absolutely in love with her. She was so modest, so I don't know what the appropriate word would be. Just humble and
well, let me just back this out.
Okay, yeah.
For a second,
all right, you lay the foundation here.
You and I, thank you, because technically I'd be lost, as you know, I'm a bonded away from being Amish. So we thought for part of our merch, we had mats, but and Megan was like, you got to bring stuff, and so I've had this idea for a while to put Pandemic, my new album, on something, and then I was going to follow it up with a meditation. But instead, I just did a little mini meditation relaxation, and I've come up with something called Chuckle Chants.
Yes.
CHANTS, because Laffirmations was taken. I'm going to be honest, but these are funny but powerful affirmations. And so we recorded these here in the Funny Farm studios, put them on a thumb drive, and brought them along. And one was a gift for the birthday girl. So this beautiful woman comes
Stunning human being.
She looks like Belinda Carlisle and Charlize Theron had a baby.
Yeah.
Like, that's no exaggeration.
Yeah.
And she's, as you said, super modest. And she said, I'm sure everybody's coming up to you, but I just want to say that, it's been so difficult. I'm a singer. And she was regular at the Reservoir Lounge. And again, any of us in the entertainment industry, everything's been shut down. She said, so I wanted a sign from the universe. Should I even keep going? I'm thinking she's going to open mics, or she's just a karaoke singer.
We had no idea who this woman was until we dug a little bit deeper. But sorry, go on. I interrupted.
No. So I was just a peach, and I said, you know what? Here's another sign for the universe. Just take it and just let me know what you think, because it's new. And I was just so how magnanimous I was, because I didn't check. And also because I've been there where you're like, maybe I don't want to spend $30 right now. I'm in the entertainment business. I might need that for, I don't know, food. So she writes this wonderful thing on Instagram, and we see the Queen Pepper, which turns out to be her
stage name.
Yep.
And so I immediately start doing some digging, because of course, I got this media company dealing with artists and stuff, and this is my first step on the show. She's unfucking believable.
Yeah.
Like, I do not understand how this incredible, ridiculous talent is not being heard all over the radio right now.
Singer-songwriter, by the way. She's not doing covers.
So she's the full meal deal, right? She's the full package. She's stunningly beautiful. She's got an incredible sense of style. She's a singer-songwriter. She grew up in the church. If I was to close my eyes, and my jam is what has historically been black music. I love jazz. I love blues. I love
R&B,
gospel.
Motown.
I love Motown, and like I grew up on black music. I mean, honky music it didn't resonate with me. So I'm listening to Queen Pepper, and she's Motown's love child meets Joss Stone meets Mary J. Blige meets she's
the real deal.
She's the real deal.
We listened to that album like 4 or 5 times.
Over and over and over again. And every single one of these tracks is radio worthy. Like she's the tits.
Yeah, they are all hits.
Yeah.
We're blown away. Like you never know who you're going to meet. You'd have never known.
No.
And again,
she's so
because
unassuming.
she was completely so modest and lovely.
Yeah.
So cut to you contact her. She's going to do a duet with your artist, Graham Trude.
Yes. Yeah. So I reached out to her immediately and I'm like, sister.
We were fangirling out.
I know. I will have her love child. So I reached out to her immediately. I'm like, girl, I need you on this album, Graham's album that we're releasing in November. And she's like, let's do it. So I'm thrilled to bits. I'm like a kid in a candy store right now. Is the two of them together are just going to be epic.
She's really just powerhouse, soulful, sexy too. Like she's just so sexy. I was like,
well, I think
I said, Michael's gay and I'm straight and we both want to do you.
It's true. It's true.
Like she's just there's really sometimes there's just that extra fairy dust sprinkling of magic.
Well,
Saturday had it. She has it. It's that, in the Simon Cowell, it's the X factor, right?
Totally. She's got it, and I think part of the beautiful thing about her as well is that I find ridiculously and deliciously alluring is that she's so unassuming,
Well, the real deals are, right?
Well, they
are. Never say when
are.
a guy is talking about how much money he has or how big
Or
his
how big his
schlong
dick is.
The
I
opposite's
know.
true. How many? I'm just banging women, and I'm like, the only time you hear your name called out is at Starbucks. Like, like you know that instinctively. If people are like talk. Like me, I'm not unassuming. Have you tried committed meditation? Everybody's talking about it, loves it.
That's funny.
So that was, start to finish.
Amazing.
If it weren't for our animals, we'd still be there.
I know, it's true. Honestly, I didn't want to leave, but we had animals that needed food. Lest we come home to a ransacked house.
Exactly. So it was. So thank you, and again, as I said, thanks, Megan. When it was kind of new to
roll the dice.
It's kind of cool that now people are finding it, but it really takes a few people with some vision when something's new to support you.
Yeah,
right?
it takes some Megans to sort of roll the dice and
Megans and Michaels, in my case at least.
Hercules.
See stuff and say, all right, let's give this a shot.
For sure.
And then yesterday, we'll just briefly touch on that before we go.
Magical. So can I just say, and I know that there's some people who would like, oh my God, it's going to talk about the universe again.
No, there's not. No, why? Can you hear their eyes rolling?
You and I both navigate through life. Fully, there's a fly flying in front of the camera again, everybody, just so you know. It's like Amityville Horror.
It really is. And by the way, Michael, I'm not a princess.
No, you're
except
not.
for when it comes to two
to
things.
bugs, yes.
Bugs, and I need to have a bathtub somewhere on the location where I will cut a bitch. These flies, they were in the car, by the way, en route to our gig.
I know.
I was like, that's it.
I know.
I do not like flies. I'm like, I don't care if this is non-vegan. I will take a shotgun and take out every fly. Like that, they do. They just trigger me for some reason.
I know.
I'm like,
well, I don't think there's really anybody.
No one's like, I love my pet flies.
Yeah, exactly. Unless, of course, you're that woman who was married to Jeff Goldblum in The Fly. You know when he's turning into the fly.
That's true.
Yes.
Was it Gina? She was just married to him in real life. I can't remember. Yes. Unless that motherfucker's going to turn into Jeff Goldblum, and then I'm all about The Fly. Because I'm in love with Jeff Goldblum. But otherwise, I don't think every single one of them can be Jeff.
No, I think you're probably right.
The odds aren't in my favor.
No, they're not.
So sorry, go ahead, sweetheart. Yeah, so the universe. So the
universe. We're big fans of the universe, and everything comes back to us, right? Everything we put out into the universe comes back to us, and we navigate through life, being open to the blessings. And not all gifts come wrapped in pretty packages, right? Sometimes the most profound gifts are, come in the ugliest of wrappings. And
well, my philosophy, my new thing, teachers and treats.
Yeah, I love that.
And the people
I love that.
as much as we say DBs are people are the most horrific things that happen to you.
They teach us the most.
Yeah. And then if you get through enough of those, like levels on a video game, you get a treat like Michael Stewart Webb.
And Carla Collins.
So I really think that, and not that.
Oh, for sure.
You're not going to learn, but it's
for
like
sure.
a reward.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's like a punch card, like teacher, treat.
Yeah, no, for sure. But I guess the point I'm trying to make is that we all have to kind of be open, right, and be aware and observant, because we never know when a gift is going to present itself. So, we had decided we were going to treat ourselves to an afternoon off.
Because you
yesterday.
never get one, and
Rarely.
We were going to be cliches and see if there was a patio.
Yeah,
like I said, the whole world's on a patio though right now,
and so they should be, because they've been cooped up for 2 years. But so we went into Creemore, which is a neighboring small community to the farm, and I love Creemore. It's just a beautiful community, and the people are amazing. So we went to the Old Mill Pub. And we had a nibble and a couple of cocktails, and enjoying the gorgeous weather and the beautiful breeze. The temperature was like everything about the day was absolute perfection. You're 100% right.
and we were giggling like schoolgirls.
We were.
The entire time, as always.
Had so much fun. Honestly, it was just kind of nice to have no agenda, nothing to do, but enjoy.
Especially for you, sweetie.
Well, yeah, I mean, you're right. I mean, and that's something I'm slowly learning, that it's important to carve out some decompression time for sure. Makes us more productive in the long run. But here we are enjoying ourselves, and this delicious family walks in with their phenomenal, gorgeous, delicious dogs, Franklin, and I forgot the name of the other dog.
And Emma.
And
so I last as long as I can, which really I deserve a medal.
Before you run over and
touch the dogs, I want to go touch
French
the dogs.
kissing the dogs.
Yep. So I just said, hello, may I touch your dogs? Not a euphemism. And so I also want to point out at this juncture that the mother is beautiful and has white hair.
Yeah.
And she's with her daughter. It's very clear. And, we're assuming daughter's boyfriend or husband. And their bond is so, of course, I'm sure everybody's like, now I can hear it. Yes, it's another mother's story. Deal with it. But it's honestly, and nothing. And by the way, that's never, it never makes me sad. I love it. I know. How amazing it is to have that mother-daughter thing. And I'm hearing them interact a bit, and they couldn't have been more lovely. And the daughter has
just
this terrific face, and I'm like, Mommy, kind of. By the way, she offered to be mine. And so I go over and petting the dogs, and they are like, honestly, there was almost light coming off of this family. They're ridiculously beautiful inside and out.
Yeah,
and
100%.
I wanted a picture of Halston and I, because I'm like, I will post this and say, look at us being on a cliche patio. And so the daughter says, oh, well, my husband's a photographer. And he did.
Little did we know.
He took these phenomenal. I was like, can you just be around us all the time? By the way, there was an older, a hot gentleman watching me. And sometimes the wind would just kick up my dress and hair.
It's true.
It was hilarious. So
you were like Marilyn Monroe.
It was very funny. Yeah, so I was like, all right, take our picture, because I'm thinking I look good. Somebody's watching. So he does, and then you take it from here. Darling.
So a little backstory. So I'm working on the next release with Graham, and we're in the throes of putting together a music video. For the next release, which is My Old Town, by the way, so keep your eyes peeled for it. It's a phenomenal tune.
It is.
So we've been on the hunt for someone who can record and produce this music video. And so we strike up this conversation, and I'm not going to mention names, because until he's signed on the dotted line.
Exactly.
But so we engage this gentleman who is schmoopy, like,
oh, he's adorable,
gorgeous, amazing human being, super sweet, and we've just established how much we love unassuming people. It was not him who was talking about his, as we discovered, incredible accomplishment.
No, the daughter said, and unfortunately he lost his job during this pandemic.
Yeah.
And so
So
really, it looks like you think like you're doing him a solid. Like, would you like to do a music video?
Yeah, well, because he says he's in film production. Yes. So I hand him my phone. He puts his contact information in my phone. I'm like, all right, let's follow up. Beginning of the week, we'll hammer out some details. I decide that I'm just gonna do a Google search on this gentleman, and I pull up his IMDb, which is unfucking believable. This guy's ridiculous. He's got 38 blockbuster credits to his name. Blockbuster credits.
Like every single Marvel movie, Star Wars, like all the movies I've seen 100 times. Because when he said he worked with Marvel, I said, you must recognize me. I'm White Cougar. It's awesome. And so now you've got this
amazing contact, and he's the sweetest, most incredible human being, and unassuming. So he's credits like 38 credits. Ant-Man, Spider-Man, Terminator, Avengers. Like
small indie films like that.
Black Panther. Like this
amazing
guy is like, what? And what are you doing in Creemore?
And I know, and the mother's a yoga instructor.
Yeah, okay, but it's the most
and
crazy.
Came over and said, I'll be your mom, like just like almost knowing. And I was like, okay.
The most crazy, fortuitous, beautiful. Like you could not write this into a Hollywood script if your life depended on it. Like, and this is the beauty of the universe. It always puts opportunity in our path when we're ready to receive it.
Especially when you relax and surrender, Michael.
That's right. Surrender, child.
Kick back, right? I'll tell you the same thing you've been telling me.
You got to surrender.
So
give it up to something bigger and more powerful than you.
We're like kids. We're just so unbelievably excited to be out. It's the best weekend of our lives.
Oh my God. It so was. Yeah, it was incredible from start to finish. So thank you, my darling.
Thank you, Halston. We had a great time. And we were ridiculous. Like, we were laughing on the
we were like
hours
12
hours. We always are. That's the magic to staying young. Be vegan. Never grow up, be immature.
Exactly.
That's all I can recommend. So
exactly.
Yeah, so I just thrilled and very thankful, and I mean, and really also just get a little bit of sun. I know this. I told you too. There's nothing. I don't think there's anything I love more than. Well, it's lying in the sun for a little bit. Like it completely.
It's important.
Rejuvenates me.
Completely. We need, and we've talked about this before. We need the sun's energy. We need vitamin D.
We do.
It's not something you can get in pill form. We need to get out. We need sunlight. We need fresh air. It's integral to our being. It's integral to our physical and mental health. So don't be one of these like pasty white Victorian people who's...
Unless you're goth, and then that's cool because that's what you're going for.
Even then, get some sun. Maybe you won't be so fucking depressed.
I always love the meme that it's a group of goths, and they're like, if it's too hot for you, it's too hot for them. Like, don't leave goths in your car when it's warm out.
Gosh.
So yeah. So anyway, guys, I hope you had a great week. We sure did. Happy birthday to my mom.
Yes, happy birthday,
Rose. I really
Rose.
recommend that instead of grieving, you just crack open a bottle of Vivan Clico and toast your dearly departed.
Yeah, it's all about perspective, right? Like let's honor and the people who have moved on don't want us wallowing in grief. They want us to.
I know. I try.
They
to
want
keep
us
that
to
in
rejoice.
mind. Exactly.
They want us to be happy.
They're like, you suckers are still down there. You have no idea what's happening here.
Wine every day and no
never
hangover.
Gain weight. It's always the A-listers.
I know.
It's always the 18. There's no bullshit. There's no bad TV.
Exactly.
But, so that's it. That's our cheesy episode.
That
is
really.
I don't think we could have been cheesier if we tried.
No, we certainly
Listen to the universe. Sacral chakra is wide open. So yeah, I think that's it. So take care, and please leave us comments. Tell us if you've been trying anything. What did you do during the breakout?
Yeah,
again, so many
that's
places
a great
are
idea.
just starting to open. So let us know what you did.
Yeah.
Even if it was just, I don't know, There was like a crazy ass lineup outside of Winners, and I'm like, that's something you'll never see me doing.
I'm
Around the block, like it was
not happening.
like a U2 concert back in the day. I was like, oh God,
There
no.
is nothing in
you.
life I am that desperate to have that I would stand in a lineup and
No, 'cause
waste my entire day.
The thing is with the Winners lineup, not only are you lined up outside, but when you get inside, then there's like all those weirdo off-brand treats and snacks that creep me out. Like, no thanks, I don't want escargot flavored chips.
Can't even imagine.
It's always like Molly's mints. What the fuck are
Oh
those?
my God.
Like, what truck did that fall on? Like,
know.
no, I'm good.
Yes.
Not to be a label queen, but what's happening?
Yes. I'm just visualizing right now the package of escargot chips right next door to the Gwyneth Paltrow cooch candle.
Yes. Well, this week only.
That's shaped like a
Reopening
taco.
prices. Exactly. Taco Tuesday. Chick jokes.
Oh my God.
All right. Well, we'll sign off because I've got to go be as flexible as my morals. My yoga class. This is going over into my online yoga class.
Oh gosh. Well, thank you everyone for joining us. Hope you have a phenomenal week, and we will.
These hips aren't going to stretch themselves.
We shall entertain you next week.
Mwah. Love you.
Ciao, ciao.